Hey everybody and welcome to the Bullshit Party. And in this one, we're gonna be reviewing the new podium vehicle, the Progen Tyrus. We're gonna be looking at its exterior, its interior, performance options and customization options down at Los Santos Customs. So let's go outside and do a proper intro. Ahem. Welcome to the Bullshit Party and Merry Christmas to y'all. Hopefully the real Santa got you what you wanted, but the bullshit Santa is gonna give you a review this Christmas. And finally, hopefully we'll be able to get this horrible year in the rearview mirror. But back to the subject of the video. As I said in the beginning, we're gonna be taking a look at the exterior and the interior of the car before we go to Los Santos Customs. So let's start with the exterior. And at first glance, some of you might confuse this car with the GP1, which is based on the McLaren F1. But this, the Tyrus, is actually based on the Celine S7R. Which, from my research, for all intents and purposes, we can call an endurance car, or a NASCAR car. Is that what you call it? A NASCAR car? Anyhow, let's see how interactive this vehicle is. And considering it's an older car, you can open both doors and the hood, which is located on the back. So, not bad. I really like the way the doors open in a butterfly sort of fashion. If we take a peek under the hood, we see some pipes and not much else. My opinion on the design is that it feels a little outdated, but it definitely feels 90s. Which is weird since this car was made in the early 2000s. And with that, let's see how it looks on the inside and how the engine sounds. And as far as the interior is concerned, I have only one word to describe it. Buttons. And the sound? Very NASCAR-y. And with that, it's time to start making our way down to Los Santos Customs. And at this point, it has become sort of a tradition to test the drivetrain of the car. And no surprises, we are dealing with a rear-wheel drive vehicle. Wait. The ground's covered with snow and we're dealing with a rear-wheel drive vehicle. What could go wrong? Actually, I'm probably worried about nothing. An expert driver like me is gonna pull through this situation, no problem. And I gotta say, my first impressions of the car is that it accelerates fairly well and it has decent top speed. And yes, I'm basing that on the way it feels on the snow, but that's the best I can do. And speaking of the snow, one thing that I can say is that the car handles extremely well. And I think I can attribute that quality to the fact that it has a spoiler already. So the spoiler definitely makes it predictable when you're making corners with this thing. And I might be in the minority here, but I really like the snow. I'm very excited around Christmas time every year to log into GT Online and just drift around with my cars. Or in my case, just crash them in the snow. The stock brakes of the Tyrus leave a little more to be desired, but still, it's snowing, so I might give it a pass on that one. One thing that I really want to see is how customizable is this $2.5 million car released in 2016. So yes, it was released quite a while ago, and upon release it was one of the most expensive vehicles in the game. And clearly my driving is improving. I didn't crash a single time on my way over here. And one thing that I forgot to mention in the beginning, but I probably should have, is that this car is a part of the supercar class category. Try saying that 3 times faster. Anyway, after the game cheated me for $100 for damage that I didn't do to the vehicle, it's time to go down the list and upgrade all the performance options first, so we don't forget anything at the end. And I gotta say, going down the list, just looking at the customization options, I'm not very impressed. But then again, 2016 vehicles didn't have a lot of customization on them. And some even don't in 2020. And if you got that reference, you're awesome. And if you didn't, little less so, but still awesome. But going back to the subject of the video, you guys know that I don't really like to put liveries on my car, which is not a problem because this car only has 2 options. But it has the most important customization option, changing the license plate to black. And respraying the car is gonna be the last thing we do before we exit Los Santos Customs, cause there was a pole and everything. No, not that one. And as you can see here, regardless of which of the 3 spoilers you choose, the traction bar isn't gonna increase any further. Oh cool, we can lower the suspension of the car. Honestly, the customization on this one is so scarce, I'm happy we have this. And believe it or not, some vehicles released in 2020 didn't have this option. I'm not gonna name them, you know who you are. And usually at this point of the customization, I'm annoyed that I need to change the stock rims. If I want to change their color, that is. But the stock rims on this one were kind of an eyesore, so I'm happy to do so. And going to the second most important option of the customization process, tinting the windows. And as soon as we get the desired tint, it's time to respray the vehicle and go back to the pole we mentioned a couple of minutes ago. No, not you, Jake. There we go. And if you're confused by the pole, I do polls like this exact one every single week. Asking you guys, the bullshit army, I really haven't given this a lot of thought. Anyway, the main point is, you guys can vote on what color do you want to see me make the car in the review video. So subscribe if you want to participate in these polls in the future, but most importantly, this week, Cast Iron Silver won the poll. Nothing? I was expecting another Jake Paul joke, and I'm putting air quotes around the word joke. Fun fact about the Tyrus, well, not fun, but a fact, it only has a primary color. So if you want a secondary color, better choose one of the stupid liveries. I mean, one of the liveries. And at this point, usually what I do is make sure the rims match the secondary color. But since we don't have one, and I actually like the orange, we're just gonna put custom tires on and bail. And as always, I'm very curious to know, what do you guys think of the car? How would you rate it between 3 and potato? 2 being good, potato being great, and a cheeseburger being somewhere in the middle. And yeah, that's a new scoring system I'm trying. Let me know how you like it, scoring the scoring system with the scoring system. But back to the Tyrus and seeing how it performs after we upgraded all the performance options. First of all, the car still sounds great, but as far as a bump in the performance is concerned, I don't know about that. Again, this could be because I'm driving on snow right now, but the car feels just slightly faster. I've noticed in the other videos that I've done that the things you most noticed when you exit Los Santos Customs is how the car handles. And since this one had a spoiler when it was stock, it handles the same way. It's not to say it handles bad, except for right there. I guess what I'm saying is I was expecting more of a performance difference between the stock version and the fully upgraded one. And yes, I know I'm stupid, I'm driving on snow, sticks and stones bite me, but I'm not saying this is a slow vehicle, not at all. I haven't looked at charts to see where this ranks in the supercar class category because I'm not a calculator, and it would kinda defeat the fun of making the video. But I can definitely say unequivocally this car is near the top of its class. And if it's not, I'm gonna refer you to about 30 seconds back. Sticks and stones and bite me. Wait, wasn't this supposed to be a Christmas video? Whoops. I mean, all criticism is welcome. Go ahead, you rude pigs. Curse away. Anyway, if you're watching this video in the week it was released, then this is the current podium vehicle. And if you get it from the podium, you're gonna save yourself $2.5 million. And to answer the question, is this car worth it for you? I think it depends on what you want to use it for. If you want to race with it, yes, I do believe it's very competitive in its class. That said, there are cheaper, faster options that you can go with. But if you are like yours truly and you don't participate in races and the thing you use your cars for is to just roam the open world, then I'd say that this car is definitely worth it. It's fun to drive on the snow, and I can only imagine how fun it's gonna drive when the roads are clear. And if you're getting it from the Lucky Wheel, that's a no-brainer. And I'm not taking responsibility for that crash, but it came at a good time, cause it's time to end the video. Thank you so much to everybody who watched, hopefully you liked what you saw, and if that's the case, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, Merry Christmas to you all, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.